Silverback here, and today I have a tale of victory. I have a tale of glory. A few strong, focused, and dedicated men put their minds together to formulate a way of self-defense that you can use in the jungle, whether it's the real jungle or the concrete jungle, or even in the belly of the beast, called prison fighting combatives. Man, OG Silverback here. Hey, and today what I basically want to talk to you guys about is a collaboration that I have with Nate Dogg 916, Dirty 916, and ultimately we're going to be involved with Big Herc 916 and Big Ant. And what we're going to do, guys, we just decided that giving a positive message here on YouTube is very important. Because, man, you young guys, dude, are the future of our country. You're the future of our world. And us as OGs, man, you know what I mean? Older homies. It's our job to prepare you for life as it may be. And so as we sit here and we talk about positive things like, you know, hey, man, you know, don't go to prison. Don't get in trouble. You know, don't do this and don't do that. There's some of you guys, man, just going to do whatever you want to do because that's how you built. And I got it because I was the same way. But all I know is this, guys. I've had the fortune and the honor to train with Nate Dogg, 916, and Dirty. And we went through all types of different scenarios that they've encountered in prison and I've encountered in prison that are very valuable because you get insight into the most common situations that happen in prison, and you get to see what actually took place. And let me tell you guys something, man. Most fights, dude, there's only a certain couple ways they can go, dude. Either you get the shit knocked out of you, bro, you get the shit kicked out of you, or somebody grabs you and submits you to the ground and chokes the shit out of you, man. Now, what happens after they choke the shit out of you, that's the questionable part. Now, me, myself, I don't want to find out what happens after a dude chokes me out in prison. Because, you know, when I've been choked out in just regular dojos, man, and I wake up, it's a whole nother narrative. But see, I want to get choked out in the dojos because, as my many instructors have told me, it's better to get choked out and knocked out here and submitted here so that you know what not to do on the street. So what we did is we collaborated together, guys, and we covered everything from punching and kicking and wrestling. And when I say wrestling, I'm talking about grappling, where a dude is trying to put you in like an impossible headlock where he can knock your bitch ass out. I'm not going to talk about what he would do to you after the knockout because we're looking to prevent you from experiencing that situation. But I wanted to give you guys a head up about my Patreon channel. I was up in Sacramento, dude. We shot a lot of footage, dude, covering punching, kicking, grappling, going to the ground, knife play, stabbings, removals, all of that, right? And we talk about the situation first, like, you know how we do these prison war stories, right? A lot of YouTubers do these prison war stories. You guys really like these prison war stories because you like to live, what's the word called, vicariously, you know, from the safety of your keyboard and your computer monitor, and you can feel the fear and intensity, and you're like, hey, man, I would have done this, and I would have done that, shoulda, coulda, woulda, woulda, all that. Well, being that we actually lived through it, we actually talked about the scenario, then we demonstrated it, but here's the key factor, guys. Here's the most valuable thing you're going to get out of it. Then we actually broke down the defense of that specific situation. Whether when I was in the bathroom with the 7-foot dude pulled out his PP and told me to suck it, or whether I was in the the chow hall, man, and a race riot broke out, dude, or a situation where I was accosted by the BGF man wanting me to join, or when the Crips tried to make me extort my money, make me pay for a canteen, you know what I mean? When I didn't even smoke cigarettes back then, they had cigarettes. To when Nate Dogg had to stab somebody, man, and when Dirty Weather almost got thrown over the tier. We cover all those different situations, and it's over on our Patreon channels. So I would encourage you guys to go over to Nate Dogg 916, sign up for his Patreon. Go over to Dirty Weather 916, sign up for his Patreon. And last but not least, but most importantly, sign up for my Patreon. And the reason mine is differentiated from theirs, fellas, you got to understand one thing, fellas. And this is the one thing I want to share with all you guys, man. I was a lone wolf, man, which is unheard of, man. So let's just look at it like this, because me talking to Nate Dogg 916 and Dirty 916, I talked to one of their Mexican homies. You know, a dude was saying, if you're a Mexican homie, you can't do the lone wolf. I can't speak on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I had some northern Mexicans approaching me, and maybe the fact that I'm Puerto Rican and I was military, I could avoid them pressing the issue. You know what I'm saying? I had some southerners approaching me, man, when I was in Chino. You know what I mean? Maybe the fact that I'm Puerto Rican and I'm from up north, even though they thought I was from down south, they didn't press the narrative. You know what I mean? But all I know is this: whether I was lucky or fortunate or blessed or had a halo of angels over me, I didn't have to, excuse me, that's not the COVID. It's not the COVID, man. I didn't have to acquiesce to their narrative. So that's why I want to share my story. Now, I'm not saying all of you guys can do what I did. Hey, I was independent in the 90s, you know. Now the 2021 pins, I don't know. So my advice to you is, hey, don't go to prison. That's my advice, because I can't speak on something I have not experienced. What I want to share with you guys is the error in my ways. First of all, getting involved in drugs. Secondly, robbing drug dealers. Thirdly, taking advantage of single moms, having them get houses, you know what I mean, in their names for me. And drug houses, trap houses, whatever you want to call them, and me shooting people because they didn't want to follow the narrative of either going into business with me or let me take over their territory. And then, you know, me going to prison and then just acting a damn fool because, you know, I guess basically I was just so angry, and there was a combination of anger and fear which caused me to just lash out, because fear is false evidence appearing real. And what that means is, if you face your fears, bro, they grow smaller, because sometime in your head, you have a facsimile of what's going on. It's not really the real deal. Whereas if you run away from your fear, it tends to get bigger because you're so afraid of it, right? So I think it was a combination of fear and anger and frustration and disappointment that I just lashed out. And I'm just sharing those stories with you because either A, I was lucky, or B, I had a particular skill set at the time that helped me to thrive and survive and to come out here and to be able to talk to you guys. But either way, the point of this video, guys, is it's very imperative for those of you that come here for knowledge, seeking knowledge to grow as men, as mammals, as animals, as intelligent animals, to reach your higher self, which means you got to be in touch with your carnal self, bro, your animal self, bro. And then you have to rise and utilize your intelligence, bro. And you have to be in touch with your spirit, however you define your spirituality. This is not a religious statement, but you do got a spirit. That's what I do when the guy, man, slits your throat, bro, and the blood squirts out. And the 5 minutes you got, because without the blood feeding your brain, bro, you do your last breath, bro. What is the breath? That's your fucking spirit, home. That's your spirit, Vato. That's the Holy Ghost, my man. That is your life breath, Wood. However you define that, that is the spirit that animates your body. And so when you come here, I want you to be a holistic man, dude. We're going to do mind, body, and spirit, bro. And you only get that, man, through learning beast mode, survival, combatives, martial arts, bro. And how to deal with savages, man. Because when you can deal with a savage, it gives you a confidence, whether you're at work, or you with your woman, or you with your family, dude, or you even eating some damn ice cream. It gives you the confidence of knowing, hey, man, I got the right to be whoever I am, because whatever happens, I can defend myself. I got the OG Silverback prison fighting combatives. And that shit, man, let me tell you what's great about it. Because if you can fight in prison, as I learned from Nate Dogg and Dirty 916 and Big Herc, man, prison fighting, man, like, it's a combination of a lot of shit, bro. And so if you can take those same tactics in psychology and apply it in society with what we're going to call levels of aggression, that's the only difference. In prison, it's level 10 aggression. I got it. I'm not talking about levels like security levels in prison, you fuck faces. I'm talking about levels of aggression as far as like, go from 1 like, hey my man, I'm the wrong dude, to 2, hey, did you hear what I said, my man, to 3, hey, you know what, my man, like that, that's escalation of force. So you're going to take these prison fighting combatives we're going to teach you over our Patreon channels, man, which is going to be life-changing information because it's not just the moves or the demonstration or the fighting or the evasives. It's the psychology, the why behind it, along with the how and the when. The when, like WHEN. So then when you come here on the streets, guys, with all the disrespectful people out here, man, everybody got their own narratives. People don't know what respect is, you know what I mean? Then you can learn through the different levels of escalation of force when to use that. So if you're in a life or death situation, which most of you have never been in, but trust me when I tell you, with all the changes in our society, eventually it's going to happen. You'll be able to go from 0 to 10 in the appropriate legal manner so that whatever level of force or smoke the person brings into your life, you won't be allergic to it. Maybe you're not looking to it for, but you ain't allergic to it. And this is what I say about smoke, man. I ain't looking for smoke, and I don't want no smoke, but I damn sure ain't allergic to smoke. You know why? Because I bring the fire in this motherfucker. I bring the fire. So fuck some smoke. Go over to the Patreon starting February 1st. And not only will you be educated and enlightened, you will be entertained.